you boys watching us for weeks and months at a time before you make your move. Are you trying to see if I passed some type of vibe check? Are you doing your research, your homework? I don't know what you're doing, but you're wasting time. Because while you over there devising up a plan, Mr. Man who been over here talking to himself in my DMs for the past 3 weeks, he finna have him some company. Because he want it bad enough. You don't want.
While that sounds good on paper, Your Majesty, that's an insult to yourself more than anything. It's not a flex. So let me cook, because I can't have you out here looking crazy. Ask yourself, what kind of person talks to themselves because they can't catch a hint? And how do you expect these backup options to know when you're bothered or how you regulate yourself when they can't even gauge that you're ignoring them? Y'all are free to do whatever you want, but I can't have anyone looking like a fool convinced that the guy that they left on scene isn't going to come with any drawbacks. Because this is not you saying, I'm going where I'm appreciated. This is you saying, I'm settling for the desperate one. And if the first man wasn't ignoring you enough, he definitely is now. Because, see, we all collectively know better to an extent, some of us better than others. But do you know why I know that you know why you think the dude in your inbox is crazy? Because you would never be proud to be in his position. You wouldn't do it to yourself because you know how that would look. We all know how that would look. There's a reason why you're not choosing the person that's oscillating around your inbox. It's because they look unhinged. And that's the truth, Ruth. And while there are people that try to justify this logic and this way of thinking, and they veer off into this idea of, well, men are supposed to pursue, yes, but there's a limit. You do miss most of the shots that you don't take, but even the free throw line has a limit. And this brings me to my next subject that society doesn't seem to emphasize enough. We know what deranged looks like when we don't need it, but we choose it when it benefits our outrage. We can't just be selective and pick and choose when we want people that we blatantly ignore and expect there to be a positive outcome. Especially when it seems retaliated because the person we actually want isn't giving us the time of day. People will take notice eventually of your delayed response to value their company. Now, I'm not at all saying that you don't have any other good options, but the person talking to themselves, nah. Bro can't even catch a hint, which means that he's most likely tone deaf to many other factors. But let's just say hypothetically you did give them the time of day. For men, the way that their brain is wired, the more times you reject them, the more reasons they have to leave you. Like, to get a good idea of how they relegate, take the time that you spent ignoring them and apply them to the seasons that you spend with them, and now shave off a few more months. And also multiply it by 2. You'll see how far he's willing to go with you. This is why you just don't do anything for the fellas, especially out of spite. Just do it because you want to. Because doing it for the plot just ain't worth it. And I mean that with the utmost sincerity. Some of y'all actually need to be single.